effort. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cue us in though. All right. Now it's time for the show that never does what Simon says. This is topic of discussion. Caleb McCaig, Travion Davis. Let's go ahead and get it. First up, big news. Tim Tebow is dating and his girlfriend is hot. What do you think about that, man?
Well, is it really news, number one? But I guess so. The self-proclaimed virgin, as what he's been known for his entire life. I mean, have you seen his ex? I don't believe that for one day. Not at all.
What happened behind closed doors?
Yeah.
They stay behind closed doors.
I mean, if it's going to be news, it's because of who Tebow is. You know, he's the big Christian athlete and whatnot. But, I mean, I know everyone's going to make it out to be a big deal. And if he goes out and if he starts playing out of his mind or if he does something bad on Sunday, they're going to blame it on this.
Right.
So I wish it wasn't like that, but that's how it's going to be.
Right. Hey, Timmy. I'm just happy. You're a good guy. You can't mess this up. So we're just going to leave that one alone. We're going to save that one for another day. But, hey, thumbs up. That's all I can say.
Sure.
Next up, Steve Spurrier.
This has to be the stupidest thing I've heard a coach say.
Steve Spurrier believes that Bama is better than some of the NFL teams. Do you agree, disagree? What's your stance?
Steve Spurrier has got to be going senile, man.
The old ball coach.
Yeah. The old. Yeah. Okay, don't get me wrong. Alabama, they're a great defense. They're a
great team.
Yeah, they're a great team overall. They better not overlook LSU, though, this week because Death Valley, anything can happen. But there's zero possibility that Bama might have 6-7 kids get picked in this upcoming draft. Mm-hmm. Well, who's the worst team in the league? The Browns?
Yeah.
Or like the Chiefs? I don't know. They have 53 guys who were more than likely draft picks.
Exactly.
So there's the wide receivers could maybe hang with a few NFL corners. Maybe the running backs could like run as fast as some NFL running backs, but the defensive line against Bama's offensive line would get terrorized.
Right. Yeah, it's just not even, physical ability, but the speed of the game.
Yeah.
So it's way too fast. Old ball coach, I don't know what he drunk when he said this that day. I don't know if it was something in his coffee before practice. I don't know.
A little bit of Jack Daniels or something.
But I mean, college, yes, but NFL, the speed there, it's just, it wouldn't be as big of a competition as
not at all
as Steve Spurrier would think. But hey, who knows? It's Bama too. Bama produces kids, but not an entire team. This just is not happening. But instead of college football, we're going to transition to NBA. 0-2, Lakers are. They're 0-2. And to add insult to injury, Steve Nash, we all know is hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
is it a big worry or?
It's a leg bruise.
Yeah,
but
leg bruise. It was confusion.
I don't think so. We all saw how the Heat struggled for at least the first few games to find themselves, but the Lakers looked almost old out there on the court.
They are.
Yeah, Kobe's pushing. He's got to be like 36.
Nah. Okay. You're right. 35.
Okay.
He's getting there.
Yeah.
He's getting there. 34.
Steve Nash is like 38.
Yeah. Now he's old.
Yeah. But the way that I see it, the Mavs I think it was the year they went to the championship and they lost to the Heat, 06-07, I think is when it was.
Yeah. That's when, Dallas played.
Yeah. Well, the Mavs started off 0-4, and they ended up having the best record in the entire league. So, I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about it yet. They're 2 games in. You got 80 more. So.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I mean, it's the beginning of a new season, new team, new offense. This Princeton offense that they're trying to run. Man. I mean, it's 0-2. It's 0-2. Nobody realizes that the other teams that started off as 0-2, 3 times that they won a championship, it was the Lakers did it 3 times. So, I mean, it's just the first 2 games. There's no worry. Steve Nash, we already knew he was liable to get injured, but it's a simple injury. We don't know the timetable on the injury, so
Yeah.
there's really just nothing to worry about. But what there is something to worry about is what KG did to Ray Allen.
Woo.
Tried to spread the love. KG just ignored him.
Just the ultimate cold.
Like, yeah,
cold
was
shoulder.
KG wrong for that, or man, from the outside looking in?
I mean, everyone knows KG's been a competitor his entire career.
Yeah,
I think whenever he's on the court, if you're not on his team, you're his worst enemy.
Oh yeah.
And I think if Ray Allen and him were best friends, which I don't know if they were, I know they were friends whenever Ray was in Boston, but he's a competitor. He doesn't care about the other team.
Right.
He's not going to. So I mean, I have nothing wrong with what he did. It's not like he pushed his hand away or anything.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm with you on that one. KG he embodies the definition of a competitor.
Yeah.
If you're not with him, then you're going to be against him. I understand they won championships in the past, but hey, Ray Allen did like that when he signed with the Heat. So I don't see anything wrong with it. When it's game time, especially if you're a rival on top of that now, hey, I got to give you
Yeah.
I have to. But long as no bad blood is coming from it, which I doubt it, I mean, everything is okay. They're grown men. If you pout about it, oh, well, you pout about it. But
Yeah.
I totally understand where Kevin Garnett is coming from. And also, the launch of James Harden, the new Rocket, did work. Finished with 37 points.
He did. I think he almost had a triple-double.
Yeah, he went off. So, good move from the Rockets, even though it's the Rockets, the D-League team of the NBA. Like,
Okay, well,
the Poochies of the NBA.
I think the Thunder are still going to get the better side of this deal. They got 2 first-round draft picks. They got
Kevin Martin, too.
Yeah, Kmart, and they got Deron Lamb, or was it Jeremy Lamb?
Jeremy Lamb.
Okay, yeah. And so you'll have Kmart, Jeremy Lamb, and Perry Jones the third all coming off the bench.
Yep.
So,
yeah, like
I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks that they had to give him up. But on the other side, the Rockets, they have a point guard in Lynn. They have Harden, who can play point guard as well. He'll probably be playing more the 2. And then, God, I cannot remember his name, but they have a center. He's from like Belarus or some country like that.
Means he hasn't proved anything yet.
Well, no, he got a big deal from him.
Yeah, he did.
And he's an above average center is what that he is.
When you're tall in today's NBA,
yeah,
you're above average. But I mean, I understand what you're saying. He better not be the Jamarcus Russell of the NBA. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just don't get paid all this money and then you don't perform. That's all we're saying. I hope it's finally a turnaround year for the Rockets. The Rockets have made some bad moves in the past, like some terrible.
They've
moves.
kind of gotten screwed over too. The whole Yao thing and whatnot.
They just ever since Tracy McGrady came through, it was just. Eesh. But I hope that y'all can, squeak in the playoffs, maybe.
It's so easy to make the NBA playoffs, though, especially I don't know how good the West is going to be this year, but I know the last few years in the East, like the 8th seed has been like a below 500 team. Right. So I mean,
there's a possibility.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, there's a possibility. But we're going to move on to the Texans, the Tarleton Texans versus Northern Alabama. It has to be. It's going to be a tough game. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Northern Alabama, they're good. If you don't know anything about Northern Alabama, you check out Mr. Janoris Jenkins himself. He put the school on the map. Transferred from Florida. Now he plays for the Rams, and we've seen what type of damage he can do. So please give it your all because hey, you only got 2 games left this season. If you guys don't win out, it's the end of the season, so you got to bring it against Northern Alabama.
They're coming off a win too, so
right. So I mean, just ride that momentum. Ride the momentum, plain and simple.
That's why they play the game.
Right. But Now time for the quick rundown. It's a quick show, guys. It's a quick show. But first up, LSU, Alabama. Who you taking?
Man, I'm kind of an LSU guy here, but if this thing was in Tuscaloosa, there's no way in hell I would pick LSU. I'm gonna take LSU 21-20.
Wow.
Big, I know it's a big pick.
I don't know who. I think I would have to ride with Alabama though. I'm going to just because.
Look though, Les Miles is the only coach who's ever had any success. Against them. 3-3 for his career, and he's only lost 4 games total at night.
But it's
in Death Valley.
But Alabama is balling though too. Like, I'm gonna say
it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fantastic game.
Both teams are gonna come out firing.
And I'm gonna say Bama over LSU by 3. I can't even put an exact score on it, but I'm just gonna say Bama over LSU by 3. That's it.
Just watch the Bama.
Last second too.
Bama is gonna come out there and. Just because I picked them, they're going to go out there and just steamroll them.
You know what? As long as it doesn't be a game like the SEC championship was.
You mean
that year when Tebow was still quarterback, when Bama blew them out.
Yeah.
As long as it's nothing like that.
Or as long as it's like the national championship game.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole nother. We're not even going to dig into that one. USC, Oregon.
I know there's a lot of people saying this might be the game of the week.
Yeah.
But, man, Oregon needs a lot of help to get into the championship game with K-State and Notre Dame in front of them. Yep. And I still can't believe Notre Dame's undefeated. Good God, that made me look like an idiot. But I don't think them beating USC will help them in the polls that much. They will win because USC's defense is god-awful. Their offensive line is god-awful. There's 4 players on that team. Silas Red, Matt, the chosen one, Barkley, Marquise Lee, and Robert Woods. And you can't do it without an offensive line in front of you.
True.
But, hey, who knows? They went out there and the game is at the Coliseum, so who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably going to ride with Oregon because of that speed, man.
Yeah.
It's just – there's some blazers, dude.
Black Mamba.
Yeah, cutting up. But I'll say Oregon over USC. I'll say 35-28.
You're gonna.
I'll just say because
I'm saying 45-21.
Because USC they're still capable. They're still capable of putting up points.
Yeah.
And Oregon, that's just any given Saturday right there. But transition to the Sunday though, Dallas.
And the undefeated Atlanta Falcons.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know. I know what you're trying to say. Yes, I was at Cowboy Stadium this past weekend.
But
it was depressing, but it was a great game. It was nice just to see a comeback. However, no excuse for the loss still.
Right. What score?
What was the score?
No, what's about Atlanta? What you think?
Man, Matty Ice. I think he's too much. I think my boys that they're gonna go to 3-5.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, even though the Cowboys are 2-0, or it's 3-0 in their career as a franchise against teams that are 7-0 or more, but their defense is gonna have to play just as good as they did.
Bring it.
Yeah, as they did this past week, but. I just don't have faith in Tony Romo to not throw 3 picks in the first quarter. So,
hey, Atlanta, plain and simple, Atlanta. Well, then again, hang on, but not by much. Simply because
all their games have been close too.
Yeah, simply the way that statistic right there. Number one, number two, the way that Dallas lost last week, they're gonna put up a fight, just because they know they have the capability to beat anybody. When you do that much damage to yourself and you still have a chance to win, that just shows you the ability that you have to be good. But still, the Dirty Birds over Dallas. I agree. I can't even put a score on it just because
27-24.
Dallas is so freaking
Atlanta.
Unpredictable that they might go out there and blow Atlanta out. See,
that really could happen.
So I'm not even going to put a score on that one. Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. And I heard they don't have a hotel to stay in because of Sandy, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Pittsburgh, New York.
Pittsburgh's been sketchy so far this
Mm-hmm.
year. So is New York. I saw it firsthand last week. I mean, you were given 23 points and you still almost blow the game.
Right.
Eli played terrible.
Right.
I got to go with the Pittsburgh D. I'm all about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Pittsburgh by 7, 35-28.
Okay, I can see that. Pittsburgh, I'm riding with you on that too, because Pittsburgh can fly. Antonio Brown,
They shut
wheels.
down RG3
Right.
last week.
Mike Wallace still has wheels.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders has wheels. If they can some way find a way to cover the Young Money crew, as they call themselves, I call them the Three Musketeers. But dude, if they can somewhere find a way to cover them, then yeah, they have a chance. But Pittsburgh is going to take it. I'm going to say 27-24 just because Eli is still Eli. He's capable of doing what he always does in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
In the last game on the rundown, New Orleans and Philly. This should be
Monday
very
night.
one-sided. This should be very one-sided. Everybody knows what's going to happen.
What do you think?
The Saints are going
No.
to come marching in.
No.
They're going to come marching in against Philadelphia.
I disagree.
It's Drew Brees.
I
But
know.
it's still
Breezes.
but it's
I
still
know.
the Saints. Yeah, you're right. But it's still.
Okay,
They're gonna go marching.
look. Michael Vick, he almost got benched this past week. He held a team meeting today called a players-only meeting. I think, if anything, Vick is going to start and I know I've been saying this every week, but now I think he's going to come out just seeing red, and I think he is going to take.
Choice.
Yeah,
He has no
yeah.
choice.
And
None.
I think it's going to be great because I think he's just going to go off.
He has to, because if not, the Saints are gonna come marching.
Awesome Wall is going to have his biggest game of the year.
He
DRC is going to step
He
up.
better, because that team is too beautifully
Too talented.
assembled with athletes and just talent to not just do work. And it's still the Saints too.
Deshaun Jackson, 200 yards,
You
2
know what I'm saying?
touchdowns.
But like I said, the Saints are gonna go marching in
No.
all on Philadelphia.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I do think that.
Yeah, it's randomly going to be like 42-38 or 37 just because both of the defenses are capable of doing what they always do, give up points. I just don't understand when you have DRC and, oh my God, we're just.
Hyphenated names.
Yeah.
That's why I'm taking them. Hyphenated name.
Oh my gosh. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's show. Every single Friday we will be here because we ain't got nowhere else to go. We're just that good. Topic of discussion, Caleb McCabe, Travion Davis. We're out of here.
Good weekend.